Hello everyone, it's Miss Ruffalo. Welcome to my new video. Today I will show you how gardening or farming works in SCUM. Watch this guide and you will know how to set up your garden, how to plant seeds, how to take care of your plants, and where to buy garden related stuff in case if you need something. Let's go. First of all, let's start with setting up a garden. For this, we need to go to crafting mode, base building tab, and here we type garden. See, it's here, garden. So here it's everything you will need to create it. So one of possible tools from this list, then nails and wooden plank. Okay, so once you're ready, once you have all your mats, you can proceed and place your garden. Yeah, now I will show you just how it looks, but I won't be able to place a second garden, and I will explain you why later. So you see, for me, it's red. So when blueprint is red, it means something is wrong. So for me, it's red because I already have one garden here, so I can't place the second one. I'm playing Sandbox vanilla, so default settings, I haven't changed anything. So by default, on Sandbox, you can have only one garden. So that's why I won't be able to place one more right away, but I'm explaining to you just how to do it. So you create it, you place it on the ground, and you can extend it. So you see, it starts as a one tile, just one square like this, but you can extend it and make it longer. That's how I made the garden I have. So yeah, I would recommend you to set up your garden as big as you can, because it will be the only one you will have, unless you want to go and play with settings. So in case if you want to add an extra garden to your territory, then you go to settings, in server settings, and go to features tab, and you modify this one, garden max amount per flag area, and you change number here, and then you apply. Me, I don't touch anything. I have never touched anything here, so I'm still playing with default settings. So if you want to modify something, it's up to you. All right, so coming back to garden, so let's say you don't have a garden, you place one using base building mode and this crafting recipe. So now let's say you have your garden set up, your plot, whatever you call it. So for me, this garden, it's the one and only I've ever made. So I made it, I don't know, maybe a week or two after I started playing, and I'm still using the same. So yeah, about garden, important thing, it will need to be repaired from time to time. So as you might know, Flag has an option to repair the construction's base elements here. So you approach the flag, you press and hold F, and it can give you an option to repair base elements. Well, for this you will need to have a toolbox. Let's take one toolbox just for educational purposes, and anyway, yeah, try to repair your base regularly so it doesn't decay and nothing breaks. So let's repair. I will repair all base elements. Yeah. So you see, and now let's approach garden. Press and hold F. You see, repair. So garden has to be repaired separately from other base constructions. So you see, my garden has HP 679 of 700. So let's repair it. Yeah. So don't forget, press and hold F and select an action. Also, you can use it to destroy your garden, but yeah, this is not our goal. But in case, for example, you will place your garden and you wouldn't like the size of it, or you would like to replace it elsewhere, well, at least you know how to destroy it. So once you have your garden, it's time to plant something. So I have plenty of seeds, like really, really, really many seeds, a lot of seeds, more seeds than I will ever be able to plant. So I can choose whatever. Let's say, well, carrots. So now let's say I want to plant these carrot seeds, one or a few, doesn't really matter. So you find a spot where you would like to plant the seed. So once you approach the free spot, the available spot for planting, you will see prompt plant seed. So you plant F, and character will use one seed and plant it here. Okay, so now carrot is planted. You see I have 2 of 3 seeds left. Well, let's put it away. So once you will plant your seed, you will see like a little hump here. You see? We can see it from distance. And for a while, nothing will happen. Gardening takes time, especially on Sandbox mode. Why is it like this? Because on Sandbox, while you are playing, timer keeps going. As soon as you log out, timer stops. And it will start going only when you will log into game. So that's why what I will plant now, let's say I will disconnect now, I will quit the game, plant will continue growing only when I log in the next time. Once you've planted your seed, you will have to monitor its condition to see if plant needs something or not, and also to monitor the stage. There can be different stages of plant's life, and I will tell you about them. So to know info about your plant, you need to approach the spot you want to check. You press and hold the right mouse button. Like this, you go in focus mode, so-called, and you can read all the info about the seed planted here. So you see carrot, I just planted, and the second line is seeding. So seeding is basically the first stage of plant's life. That's where every plant will start, no matter the seed you will plant. The next stage is called vegetating, like this broccoli, for example. Broccoli is vegetating. So next stage will be flowering, like this tomato, for example. It's flowering. Next stage will be ripening. You see, my onion is ripening right now. Next stage is ripe. Like, for example, my peppers here are ripe, or my watermelon. This one too. Well, a lot of things are ripe right now in my garden, but I didn't harvest, so I wanted you to see how my garden looks. So once you see ripe on your plant, means you can harvest crops. So you just approach, you see, and you will have F prompt, search. You search, and in vicinity you will see the harvest. So this time it's bell pepper. You see, I harvested 3 from the same plant. Pay attention that each plant will yield crops multiple times. So it's not like you are planting something, you're waiting for it to finish seeding, then vegetating, flowering, ripening, and then ripe. So no, it's not like you harvest one time and after that everything is over. No. So plant will yield you crops so a certain amount of times. Well, I didn't count how many exactly. And this will continue until the plant will reach its final stage of its life, which is called dead. So dead plant is pointless. to keep. It will just take up space in your garden. So you need to destroy it. So you can just press F to destroy it, and character will destroy it. Or you can also take this device, which is called Industrial Gardening Hoe. This device, you will find it from time to time in the loot. Me, I found many of them. I tried to destroy plants using a hoe or just using nothing, and results didn't really change. So it's up to you. So let's destroy plant. You see? It's over. Okay. So now let's put it aside. Now you see I removed my dead plant, and thanks to this I have an extra spot to plant something. So again, I can plant, let's say, carrots, because carrots are used in many recipes, so I like planting them. See, it takes some time to do, but at least here, you see, you have farming. So each time you perform garden-related actions, it counting towards farming skill here in intellect. Farming is a skill that defines how good someone is at growing plants. Raised by crafting a garden, planting, fertilizing, watering, weeding, and taking care of pests. It influences amount of harvestable produce, speed of each farming interaction, like planting, weeding, or watering. So you see, me, I have a medium level at this moment, but well, I've been working on my garden for quite a while, so that's why it's medium. So now let's check out another important indicator in the info about a plant, which is the amount of water. You see a water drop. For a carrot, for example, it's water drop, and next to it there is a number 4073 milliliters. So, well, basically 4 liters of water. So soil has around 4 liters of water. Last time I had to water my garden was at least, I don't know, 1.5 months, maybe 2 months ago. So I actually stopped watering my plants because all of them have around 3-4 liters of water. Well, I prefer to water them so they have at least 2-3 liters. So like this, I know that my plants have enough to drink. So now, just to show you how watering works, I will take my watering can. So watering cans can be found in loot. They are not rare. So just grab one because they are very convenient for watering plants. So watering can should be filled with water, as you can guess, not with anything else. So me, I have my well here. Let's check. Well, it's 15% full, so yeah, well, will be probably enough for at least a half of watering can. Let's fill. But you can use any other water. You can bring water from the river, for example, from the lake, so depending what body of water do you have next to your base. But if you don't live next to a lake like me, say I have a beautiful lake here, or if you don't have even a tiny river, then well like this is your friend. So you fill your watering can with water, then you approach the plant you want to water. Yeah, about this, I recommend you to jump directly on top of the garden, on top of the planter, because when you stay like this, sometimes it waters, I don't know, something else, but not the plant you want to water. So you jump on plant or you approach, see? So let's control the amount of water. You see, 2288 milliliters. Yeah, so I got, well, 12 of 20. So yeah, even more, a bit more than a half of my watering can. So now let's give all this water to this cherry. Let's water and see the amount of water change. You see? Okay, so now it's 4,749 milliliters. So yeah, almost 5 liters of water. So see, now this cherry is fine. Well, I'm just showing to you how to do it, but I'm just saying once again, it's been a while. I haven't watered my plants. I'm just checking the water level from time to time, and all levels are just fine. Here in my area, I don't have a rain. It's not raining here, but it's snowing pretty often. So I can't say whether it's snow contributing to watering of my garden, or it's just a good moist retention of the soil. I don't know. I can't really tell. I just say that for me, I watered my plants really ages ago and haven't done it ever since. But why I did it now, just to show you how it works. So watering can is good and convenient. Why I recommend using watering can? Because watering can, let's say you bring the full watering can of water, and you can divide the water in the watering can for few plants. So let's say I would like to water this one. Let's try. You see, amount changes. Then I press escape. And then I water, let's say, something else. For example, let's give water to the onion also. You see, 3083. Let's start watering. Press escape. You see? So now let's see what else can we water. Let's say this cherry. Water the plant. So you see the amount of water will change. You press escape to stop once you see it has enough, and you move on to another plant you want to water. Let's say this watermelon. See, the amount changes. Escape. And then again, so like this, you can divide the same watering can among different plants. Yeah, with watering can is way better. This is my preferred way of watering my garden. So if you don't have a watering can, you can use a bottle. It also works, but in my opinion, using bottles isn't really convenient. So just one plastic bottle, any bottle actually will work. So let's fill it. Yeah, by the way, even if you will have other liquid in your hand, you can still have a suggestion, a prompt to water the plant. So yeah, make sure that you are holding water and not something else. Well, let's say let's water tomatoes. So you see when you water the plant, it just quickly drops all the amount to the same planter. Bottle of water also works, but I prefer using watering can. You have bigger amount of water to distribute, so yeah, it's easier than running back and forth with bottles. But it's up to everyone. So I showed you how to water your plants. Again, you can use watering can. If you don't have watering can, you can use a bottle, you can use even a canister, so any recipient which can hold liquid in it. Next thing I would like to talk to you about is products like this. So you have a few types of products which you will be able to find everywhere in loot here and there. With some chance you might find weed repellent, pesticide, or fungicide. So you can find any of these three, and normally you should use them when plant will ask you to do so. So for example, you will approach to your watermelon, and you will see that it has weeds. So in this case, you will have to take weed repellent and to use it on the plant in question. The problem is that for me, since I've set up my garden, so as I said, it's like, I guess, closer to 2 months already. So I have 270 hours in SCUM, and well, I set up my garden not right away, but soon after I started playing. So since I've started playing, I never had the need to use any of these products. So I'm just bringing them, hoarding them. You see, I have a lot of bottles. Yeah, like plenty of them. I never really needed to use them. So once, when I was just getting used to how gardening works, I tried them. I just sprayed everything to my plants. Nothing happened. So you need to use them only when like plants will ask you to do so. So you come close, you press and hold the right mouse button, and yeah, you check. So this is about chemical products. Next, when you will be looting, from time to time, you will be able to find fertilizers. So fertilizers can be two types. You can have industrial fertilizer, or you can have organic fertilizer. Based on my experience, I would say that industrial fertilizer is way more common, and this one is actually the best one. So you can use any, but this one is more efficient. So what will it affect? So fertilizer basically will speed up the plant growth. So if you use fertilizer, you will get your crops faster compared to if you don't use any fertilizer. So yeah, your plants will grow even without fertilizer, but with fertilizer, they will grow faster. So now let's fertilize my plants. So I will take industrial one. So how do we fertilize? Again, we approach, you see, and we verify. So these peppers, for example, they already have fertilizer. You see, the last line, it's written industrial. So like no point to add up, it already has fertilizer. Here also industrial fertilizer. Here you see no fertilizer, none. So you add fertilizer. You see industrial. So here also no fertilizer, so let's add some. And you do the same for each of your plants. Where you see there is no fertilizer, where it's written none. Or, for example, if you see that a plant has, let's say, organic fertilizer and you want to replace it with industrial one. So in this case, you can also add industrial on top of organic to replace. So your work is to verify regularly. I recommend doing it every day. Every day, I mean real life day, real time day, not game day. But even sometimes, let's say, I usually have 8-hour long sessions. So sometimes at the beginning of my session, I check. So all plants are fertilized. Some hours later, fertilizer is no longer there. So I need to add. But again, I mean, it's not really mandatory, but it's good for your plants. Okay, so we're done with fertilizing. I hope I haven't missed anything. Having your garden, it's very nice. Yeah, it takes some efforts for sure, but I prefer to grow stuff by myself rather than going and buying it at the outpost. So me, I like my garden. I plant a little bit of everything. You too. You can experiment. You will see, for example, plant, I don't know, plant cabbage, plant cherries, plant peppers, broccoli, whatever you want, whatever the seeds you have, and then you will see, do you really have a use of these crops or not? Me, I know that I always try to plant garlic, as I said, because it's antibiotic. I like, for example, carrots. I also like planting cabbage because cabbage is an ingredient for cabbage rolls. It's a recipe I like cooking. So yeah, plenty of stuff. Plenty of stuff. Eating vegetables and fruits, it's also good for your character, for health. So I've explained you how to plant, how to water, how to fertilize, how to harvest. Well, you basically go and search. Yeah, by the way, when you go and search something, you see, it will still have, let's say, this cherry tree. You see, it still has cherries showing, but when you press search, there is nothing. So sometimes you will have uh, uh, sometimes you will have a plant when it will be written ripe, and you will have a search prompt, but when you will approach it, there will be nothing. It will be empty. So it means you need to come back later, and something will appear. So from my experience, I can say that trees like this chair, like apple trees, lemon trees, they take forever to grow, like really forever. So they grow way longer than other vegetables. Yeah, melons also took quite a long time to show up. Well, maybe it's because of the place where I live. I mean, speaking of melons, but speaking of trees, I mean, it makes sense that trees take longer to grow and yield crops. So if you are playing in the sandbox mode, don't be surprised if, let's say, you plant it and like after 2, 3, 4 days of playing, you still don't have crops because you, as I said, you can't have them because timer stops as soon as you disconnect. So if you want a garden which will yield you crops like really fast, then you need to play on multiplayer server. On multiplayer server, things will happen faster, but also everything will decay faster as well. Okay, so now you know how to do basically everything. So again, you press and hold the right mouse button. So to go to enter the focus mode and to read all the info about each plant you have. So to fulfill its needs, if any. So just keep water at a decent level. As I said, for me it's not a problem because I watered them ages ago and water is still there. So I guess it can vary maybe according to the area you live in. Yeah, for me, I don't need to water my plants anymore. If you live in the area and it's raining, it will also count as watering. Just verify from time to time. That's pretty much it. The last part of my guide, something I would like to show you, it's where to get stuff for gardening in case if you need something particular and you haven't found it while looting. But again, guys, you will have a lot of stuff, a lot of seeds, a lot of tools. I mean, like gardening hoe or watering cans. You will have fertilizers. So yeah, just for me personally, I have never bought anything garden related. I've always found enough of stuff like this randomly, just while looting. So I will go to the outpost. We need to go to general goods store, to Mr. Pervert.
Welcome, welcome.
Okay.
Feel free to browse around.
So, trade. Here, farming. And here, you choose what you need. So you see all those bottles I showed you? I have plenty of them, never really needed them. So I don't recommend you buying them unless your plants will really ask you to do so. So you see gardening tools, fertilizers. So here, seeds in case if you need something particular. But as I said, don't waste your money. You will probably find it naturally sooner or later. So that's it. I showed you everything I wanted you to know about gardening. I hope I didn't miss anything. So in case if you have questions, don't hesitate to drop them in the comments. If my video was helpful, please drop a like under it. I will really appreciate it. And of course, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. That's it. See you in my next videos. Bye bye.